Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, I'm making stuffed zucchini Greek style, and rather than displaying them like zucchini boats, I'm going to make them in this style, vertically. I'm also going to be making a vegan Avegolemono sauce to top it off. I'm really excited to get started, so without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! First of all, I'm mincing up 1/2 of a yellow onion. And I'm mincing up 2 cloves of garlic. We have 4 medium zucchinis. We're cutting off the ends and cutting them into thirds crosswise. We're cutting out the interior of the zucchini, creating vertical tubes. And I'm going to be using a Dutch oven, getting our oil in our hot Dutch oven. Once the oil is hot, add your onion. Let the onion soften up a bit. Then we're going to add in 1 package of our Italian style Yves veggie ground round. Make sure it's all broken up. We'll let this cook for a few minutes or so before we add in our minced garlic. Now it's time to add in our minced garlic. Mix it evenly. Now we're adding 1/2 cup of rice. This filling will be more than what we require for the stuffed zucchini, but I like to make extra. Now we're adding in 1/2 cup of dry white wine. And we're adding 1/2 cup of broth. It's okay if our rice is a little undercooked because we'll be cooking it more once we stuff our zucchini. We've reduced our heat to low and we'll cook it for about 20 or 25 minutes or so. You want to make sure the liquid is absorbed. Over here we're getting our herbs going. I have a handful of fresh parsley, a couple of sprigs of mint, and a couple of sprigs of dill. And we'll just chop them up nicely. And we'll get our dry spices going. So I have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, freshly ground black pepper to your liking, and some salt to taste. About a 1/4 teaspoon should do. All of our liquid has absorbed for the most part, and we're mixing in our fresh herbs and then our dry spices. I'm cutting a potato into wedges. This will help to keep our zucchini tubes upright. So we're placing our tubes in our Dutch oven. I did not wash it out since it will get deglazed with our broth that we're going to add. After your zucchini tubes are placed in, wedge in the potato wedges. And we're scooping in our filling into the tubes. We want it to be filled nicely but have a little bit of breathing room. I poured in enough broth to reach up to the halfway point of our zucchini. And we'll cover it and cook it for an additional 30 minutes. Did you know that zucchini contains more potassium than bananas? They're also rich in fiber and vitamin C, most of which is found in the skin. And the darker the skin, the more nutrients will be present. But be sure to save the scooped out zucchini from this recipe. It makes for quite an easy soup, and even if you're not going to eat the soup right away, you can always freeze it. And for this recipe, I would suggest using medium-sized zucchinis, just because it will be easier to work with in this particular case. Smaller zucchinis do have more flavor if you compare them to the larger ones without any culinary embellishment. And if you're a fan of zucchini and you're in the Ontario area, there's a zucchini festival in Millbrook, Ontario, where they have fun zucchini contests. You can write a poem about zucchinis, have a cooking contest, and even do zucchini boat racing. We're gonna juice 2 lemons now for our sauce. In this dish over here, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of just egg and 2 tablespoons. And we'll whisk in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And we'll gradually whisk in our lemon juice. Here I have some chopped herbs for the garnish, the same mixture as before. Now our stuffed zucchini is ready for plating. Since not all of the potato wedges fit in our Dutch oven, I cooked the rest separately and just mix them with the sauce. I'm draining our potatoes here, but we're going to use the sauce. So I'm pouring in the sauce. You can add a little extra broth if you need to. And we have a 2/3 cup of liquid. Just gradually whisk it into our just egg mixture. On low heat in a saucepan, we're whisking it in. And I'm adding salt to taste. And a fresh grinding of black pepper. You want to continue to whisk it so it remains smooth, and we also want to get it thicker. Cook it on low heat until it reaches your desired consistency. Now our sauce is the perfect consistency. We've plated our stuffed zucchini vertically and we're drizzling on the sauce. And we're sprinkling on our fresh herbs. It's that time again, everyone. It's time to try our delicious vegan stuffed zucchini, Greek style. Don't make too much of a mess here. Here we go. So delicious. And as for the non-vegan version that was online, one guy said you can even have this cold and have the warm sauce poured on top. So that might be interesting as well. And I paired this with some white wine, Avegolemono. Excellent. This one is for the lemon lovers and those who love their herbs, of course. There you have it, everyone. Another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's going to be a new video popping up every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, so you don't want to miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.